In this tutorial video, I'm going to teach you how to do the wide grip cable shrug exercise. Okay, this is a exercise specifically designed to target your traps. And by using a wide grip, it's actually going to allow you to shrug in a way and target the traps in a way that directly aligns with the muscle fibers in your traps. So your traps kind of want to shrug up and in and back, and that's what we're going to do with this exercise. Now, to set things up, I like to do this on my functional trainer in my gym. If you have one at your gym or some other cable machine where you can get a grip that is at least slightly wider than shoulder width, that's going to be ideal because the wide grip is a big piece to the puzzle here in performing this exercise and getting benefits from this exercise. Now you'll see I'm using Versa grips, which are those wrist wraps that are on each of my wrists. I use those because I can shrug pretty heavy with this exercise, heavier than my grip allows. So I use the Versa grips so that my grip with my hand is not the limiting factor for this exercise. When you get started with it, you shouldn't need wraps or straps or anything like that. Work up and get as strong as you can at this exercise without having to use those. And then at some point, if you get really strong and your grip becomes a limiting factor, that's a great problem to have, and you can incorporate that piece of equipment in those accessories. So with a slightly wider than shoulder width grip, you are going to have right around a shoulder width stance with your feet. Okay, you just want to be stable and have a stable base that you can, be secure with while you are shrugging what eventually will be pretty heavy weight. And while you are shrugging, you're going to want to think about tight glutes, taking a deep breath in, bracing your core, doing everything you can to have core stability throughout your midsection and your lower body so that you can focus on just shrugging the weight and doing so safely. Okay, so once you have all of those elements in line, what you can do is dip down with your knees. You'll see that I'm doing that here in this clip where I dip down with my knees and I actually squat the weight up. I don't want you just using your lower back to pick the weight up because, again, you can end up lifting pretty heavy with this exercise. Shrugs are something where you're able to get pretty strong at them quickly. And since the weight is going to get heavier, I don't want you risking any type of injury. So use your lower body to help you get the weight up into a starting position. Then once you're there, again, tight glutes, tight core, just think about simply shrugging your shoulders up and back. And a good cue that I like to use is think about trying to touch your shoulders to your earlobes. Okay, that's a great cue to help you do the shrug movement pattern the best way and the most effective way that you possibly can. Now, one thing I actually see here in the clips of me doing this exercise is a little bit of a bend in my elbow, which I'm not happy about, but I'm actually happy that I'm able to show it to you because that's something you want to try to avoid as much as possible. It's common to have a little bit of elbow bend when you're doing shrugs, but the more elbow bend you have, that means you're actually taking tension off of your traps and you're using your biceps to help you shrug the weight up. And that's not the point of this exercise. The point of this exercise is to target your traps and nothing else. Okay, so try to keep those arms as straight as you possibly can when you're doing this exercise. And again, shrug your shoulders up and back. Think about touching the top of your shoulders to your earlobes. Resist the weight on the way back down, slow and controlled. And then when you get to the bottom of each rep, I want you to pause there for a half second to a full second and feel the stretch across your traps at the top, okay? That loaded stretch is really beneficial for this exercise to help you build more muscle in your traps and build more strength as well. So feel that stretch at the bottom for half second to a second, and then go ahead and you can perform the next rep. I like to do this exercise in the lower rep ranges with heavier weights, so 6 to 12 reps per set, but do what feels best for you. And I hope you found this tutorial video helpful. So if you did, make sure that you like the video and make sure you subscribe to the channel for more strength training tips just like this. Thanks for watching.